Elise and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a chit chat, get ready with me. We're going to do this look right here. We're going to go through some topics, drag race, LP1, Leigh-Anne going solo, and a bunch of topics like that. So if you want to see how I created this look but also just have a little chit chat, so stay tuned. Okay, so we are here today. I've done my eyebrows already and I've asked you guys on Instagram for some things you want me to talk about during this chit chat, get ready with me video. And the main reason I wanted to do this video as such is because Trixie Cosmetics just came out with the Daytime Realness palette, which is just this little blue moment, and blue is one of my favorite shadows to work with, so obviously one of my favorite makeup brands coming out with the blue eyeshadow palette, I was here for it. So although if it was up to me it would be bigger, but that's just my personal preference, but I do still kind of live for how small it is. It's just 8 shades, super cute. So we're going to play with that, and I've done my eyebrows. If you're curious, I just use Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit Cosmetics, and later we'll go in with the Brow Macro Filing Pen from Benefit just to give that hair illusion just at the front of my eyebrows here. And yes, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I did do that to my nail. If you ever work where you have to replace the dispenser hand towels in a bathroom, I was doing that at my work. If you don't know, I work in a childcare centre, and you have to get this little like key thing to open it up to refill it in, but usually I just use my nail and just flick it around and it opens. But for some reason I use my thumb. Usually I use this finger right here, but for some reason I use my thumb and snapped half of it right there. Boop. So that's the situation on that. Love that for me. Anyway, I'm getting my nails done next Thursday, so don't worry. Anyway, we're going to jump on in now. I've got my topics and I'm ready to go. So I'm just going to start priming my eyelids while we talk about the first thing. So I'm just priming my eyelids with the P. Louise makeup base. It's shade Rumor 2. It's the one I always use. And I'm also going to use the P. Louise 7072 brush. And I'm just going to carve out my under eyes. And the main question I was asked is about Leigh going solo. So let's talk about it. Let's get it out of the way. Let's talk about it. So yesterday is when it was announced that Leigh had signed to, I forgot what it was called now actually, Tap Music for all solo activities. Now my first initial thought before Leigh had kind of said something in comments on people's posts was, oh, maybe this is just to release the Boxing Day music that she's going to come out with at the end of this year for the movie Boxing Day that she's featured in. But then, you know, obviously Leigh addressed it and she's like, Little Mix are fine, the girls and I are fine. Little Mix is not really going anywhere, it's just we're taking our opportunities for ourselves as human beings, really. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, we're cool, we're good. So and it looks like it, Leigh's coming out with her own album, fucking fierce, let's go. If any of the girls come out with their solo music, yes, we'll talk about Jessie in a minute, I'll be here. They're my 4 icons, I love them so much, whatever they do, I'll be in here for. So that's the situation on that. Of course, I'm not going to be mad, I'm not upset. They said that Little Mix is not going anywhere, the girls are fine. They're just taking this time for future solo activities and career moments. But yeah, we love the girls and I'm going to support them with whatever choices they make. So that's the situation. I'm here for it. I'm ready for LP1. And speaking of solo endeavors, let's talk about our girl Jessie. That was another topic you guys wanted me to talk about a lot, was Jessie. So just pat this in really quick. Okay, before we start talking about Jessie, we're just going to dip in with this eyeshadow palette from Trixie Cosmetics. It just came in the mail this morning, so I haven't used it at all. I've just swatched it and kind of impressed by the swatches. This is the very first Trixie Cosmetics eyeshadow palette, so I'm very excited to see how this performs. I'm going to go in with shade Channel Surfer, which is this one right here, on a Morphe M456 brush. I'm going to pop that on the outer corner and let's start talking about Jessie. So, whoa, hello. So for Jessie, obviously she's been putting up stories of her in the studio, and there was like a little like 4 or 5 second clip of some song that was being worked on, and it sounds really good. I'm here for it. Obviously I said when it was first announced that Jessie was leaving Little Mix, was that like anything Jessie does I'll be here for, and there will be reactions, and regardless of what happens. Whether she was going to do a clothing line or she's coming out with music, like I was going to be there and support her, and it's still not going to change. Of course I'm going to do the same. When Jessie was in the studio, and she seemed so happy, which is great to see. So I'm absolutely 100% keen as a broad bean to see and witness what's going to come out of that studio and into my ear holes. So I'm very excited, you know, like I said, I love those girls with all of my heart. So there's nothing that they'll put out that I'll be like, I'm not supporting it, you know? I'm just here for it. I don't have any bad thoughts at all, and I'm ready. That's all that I really can say, is that I'm just ready for the girls to put out some things that they're happy with and they're proud of, like most of their Little Mix things I'm hoping, but also something that makes them happy as well. I'm just dipping into the colour Daily Double, which is that purpley blue colour here. More royal blue, I should probably say. And pop that in. Liking these eyeshadows so far, this is good. I feel like I've been in like a YouTube slump at the moment where, is that a word, slump? I don't know. I'm in like a rut at the moment where I want to create videos, but I just don't know what to put out. You know what I mean? I don't know. And when this came in the mail this morning, I was like, let's just film with the palette, bring it back to my makeup roots, and let's just talk about stuff that you guys want to talk about. So here we are, and that's exactly what we're doing. I need a small blendy brush. I need a small blendy brush. Okay, just gonna go in with shade Weather Girl, which is that teal shade just there. Go over the outer parts of the eye just to blend it all together and make it all seamless. Gorge. Okay. The next topic people want me to talk about is Drag Race. So let's talk about that. Drag Race, you guys know I'm watching both seasons, Drag Race, the original, the US season, and of course Drag Race UK. If you want to know who I'm loving at the moment, my top 3 in the UK version were Lawrence Chaney, Bimini Bon Boulash, and Ahura. They were my top 3 faves. Ahura just, spoiler alert, got eliminated. So I'm rooting for Lawrence Chaney or Bimini Bon Boulash, what a great drag name, to win UK. And then for the US season of Drag Race, absolutely 100% I want Rosé to win. Rosé or Simone. Those two are my top picks to win. I am thoroughly enjoying the season. Like, I think the top 4 will be Rosé, Gottmik, Simone. I think Candy Muse might get in, although she almost was eliminated the other week, but she was saved. So I have a feeling she'll be in there too. I think that'll be the top 4, but I'm picking Rosé to win. I love Rosé. I love her music. She put out a cover of Miley Cyrus's Give Me What I Want. Give you what I want. Give me what I want is the song. Give me what I want or I'll give it to her. Sure, I'll conflict it. Ooh, and I've been listening to that version rather than Miley's version. I don't know why, it's just something I'm doing. And I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I highly recommend you go and check it out on Spotify at The Rosé. Snatch Game aired just before she did Mary Queen of Scots. Absolutely iconic. I love the Scottish accent. I always have, always will. So love that. So Rosé for the win. And she's just gorgeous. Rusical when she was Foxy. Oh, it was so good. Oh my god. Stan Rosé for clear skin. Okay, we're gonna go in. I'm not gonna cut the crease or anything. I'm just gonna go in just with my finger with the shade Soapstar, which is this shimmery blue right here. And then actually I might go in with a brush, just kidding. Blue eyeshadow is just gorgeous. And this shade is no exception. It is, oh, Stunnisha Jones, are you joking? And now I'm just going to take a little pencil-y brush. This one's from Hip Dot Cosmetics. And I think I'm going to go in with Cut the Cameras. And just add it. That's too small, not a pencil-y brush. I want like a blendy, that one. This is a Morphe M506 brush. Because what I like about this palette is there's no black, right? If you add a black into a blue eyeshadow look, the whole thing turns black, right? Whereas this color is more of a browny blue shade. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is the color I'm using. And it's, see how it's turning like bluey green instead of black and muddy? That's what I'm looking for at the minute. And then all I'm gonna do now is that's there. Just go back in with Channel Surfer and a bit of Daily Double. Just beep, beep, beep. And just add that back in. Are you joking? Oh, yes. I'm living for this eyeshadow color. Are you joking? Soap Star? Get into it. Okay. So, did I not bring it over? Hello. Also, this is not sponsored by Trixie Cosmetics. I just buy everything they put out because I'm obsessed with Trixie Mattel and her makeup is pretty good so far. But she also put out this glitter, which her glitters are my absolute favorite of all time. And it's called For Real. And it's like this blue-green glitter. I think I'm going to do a thin line. So let's do it. Let's just take the risk. Trixie also has a fantastic blue glitter called Malibu, which also would go really, really well. It's lighter blue though. But I want to use this new glitter, so let's just use it. I'm gonna take some Anastasia glitter adhesive and a thin liner brush. I'm just gonna dunk it in. If you're curious, this is a Morphe M250 brush. Let's do this. And then using that same brush, just picking up some of the glitter. And then I'll do a wing, and then I'll also just pop it like that. So stunning, I love this glitter, oh my god. Get into it. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the other eye off camera and then we'll come back and we'll have another chat. Alright, so eyes are both done now. I added the liner and then once my face is done, I'll go back in with that For Real liner and I'll just pop it right there. So we're gonna do the face now. I'm gonna use one of my favorite primers at the moment, Urban Decay All Nighter, which is the dewy one. And then just rub that on. We might just use my go-to at the moment. This one. This is the Nars Radiant Longwear Foundation. It is so good. And it's medium to full coverage, whereas you guys know I really love full coverage foundation, like full on drag queen level foundation. But I've been kind of into this at the moment. So we're gonna go in with that. I'm gonna use a Morphe little sponge here. I've wet it. It's ready to go. So let's just use this. If you're interested in the color I'm using, it's Punjab, that Punjab. Okay, there's a few questions here that are talking about favorite places to go in Sydney, something you should know before traveling to Sydney, places you think people visiting Australia should visit. So let's talk about that. So if you're coming to Australia when all this Rona is over, because we are living our best life here in Australia at the moment, we are pretty much COVID free. I think we're like 50 days without any new locally transmitted cases, I think is the last update I heard. We are back in clubs where concerts are starting to happen again. Only have to wear masks on public transport, but of course if you want to wear one in a shopping centre you absolutely can. That's up to you, personal preference. But yeah, it's not mandatory unless you're on public transport. So we are living our best lives here at the moment. Anyway, to answer the question, places you should go if you're visiting Sydney, because I'm not going to recommend places in Melbourne because I'm not a Melbourne local, I'm a Sydney girl. So I would say if you're coming to Australia for the first time, obviously Bondi Beach should be on everyone's radar, especially if you watch Bondi Rescue, which I know people, I think in the UK, but watch. And if you haven't watched Bondi Rescue, just watch it, it's really good. Just remember to swim between the red and yellow flags, just do it. And then I think I love Centennial Park. Centennial Park is really cool. There's such a huge park and there's ducks and horses and billions of dogs and just, it's gorgeous. Beautiful flowers and beautiful walking paths in the forest. Like I always am there. I love being there. What else? Obviously the Sydney Opera House, obviously the Harbour Bridge. I would also throw in Luna Park there as well. It's not like you have to go to Luna Park because it's life-changing, but it's just another monument that people like to go to. It's not Disneyland by any means, but it is fun to go there, and there are some fun rides, and it's a good time. So if you want a good time, definitely there. I'd also recommend Taronga Zoo. I know zoos are a bit weird at the moment, but Taronga Zoo is probably one of, if not the best zoos I've ever been to. I've been there a million times because you go there on like school excursions, and you go there because you want to go and see the animals, and they have so many great animals, and they've just redone it, and they've taken so much good care on the animals. There's a whole show about how they take care of the animals at Taronga Zoo. It's so amazing. So I highly recommend Taronga Zoo. The zoo is absolutely incredible. I'd also recommend, if you like ice cream, to find a Messina shop. Messina is like gelato ice cream. Oh my god, life-changing ice cream. My favorite is boysenberry. It's so good. There's just so many fun things to do. There's also like coastal walks you can do through the beaches. They highly recommend those. Pitt Street Mall. Now when I say Taronga Zoo, I don't mean Sydney Zoo. Sydney Zoo's out west, and it's one of our new zoos, but it's nothing compared to Taronga Zoo. But I think if you're coming to Australia, go to Bondi Beach, but then also go to the other beaches, Bronte, Tamarama, Maroubra, Coogee, Clovelly. So many good beaches, and they're all like 10 minutes from each other. They're amazing. So highly go to the beaches. Alright, so now I'm just going to do some cream contouring. I haven't set my face yet. I'm just going to use, I'm going to sneeze at some point. So I'm going to use Kryolan TV Paint Stick. This is in shade 11W, so just cream contouring it 1 second. So I just do a bit there, bit there, that's a bit thicker, yep. And then I go along my jawline, I go down the sides of my nose, close my nose off like that, and then I just dot my forehead. And that's my face. We're going to talk about mental health. There's a few questions here. Talk about mental health. How do you deal with negative comments? Another mental health. Just let's talk about it. So mental health, I've really been struggling mental health wise. I've always had anxiety and panic attacks, but I kind of overcame that a few years ago, but it recently started spiking again. Right after I did the confetti recreations. If you don't know, you don't know. If you do know, you do know. That was something that really spiked my mental health up again, because obviously it wasn't intentional what had come across. But we don't really talk about that anymore because it makes it really sad. And then of course it recently spiked up again when I was doing my Sweet Melody recreations, and people were just giving me a hard time about that. But I try not to dwell on it anymore. I mean, I just kind of, you know, they're people behind screens. If they saw me in person, I'd like to think they wouldn't say anything to me. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's things that spike my mental health at the moment. It's now surrounding me and myself and doing things that I like to do. If I want to sit in my bed and watch YouTube all day, that's what I'll do. I'm not going to do things to please other people anymore. I'm going to do what makes me happy. And if someone doesn't like it, there's something called a mute button or a block button. I'm not afraid to use it anymore. I was for a while, not anymore. There's also an unfollow button. If you don't like something you see, unfollow. There's an unfollow button for a reason. Yeah. I mean, everyone goes through it. Absolutely everyone. If you're in the public eye, and sometimes even if you're in school still, people are so mean and brutal. Which is really upsetting, and things like that need to stop. And like, obviously I'm not the perfect person, and I've had my moments, you know, I've apologized and I've done things to better myself, and I'm not going to say I'm sorry and then keep doing it. Like, it's not who I am. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with at the moment. My mental health is always up and down. I have good days, I have bad days. I have days where I film videos and I just hate the way I look. And I won't post it. That's exactly what happened with my the Lee ASOS edit video. For me to make videos and be so light and bubbly and happy all the time is not who I always am. You guys see like 10 to 15, 20 minutes of my day where I'm on camera and I'm ready to go, but like there's days where I'm at childcare work and I'm stressed out of my brain, or I walk out of the room and I'm just like, I have to go, like what am I doing? So there's a lot that goes on, but there's good days, there's bad days, and I'm pretty sure everyone's the same. So mental health is up and down all the time, but there are things that I do that make me happy, whether it's retail therapy, or it's going to take my dog for a walk, or go to sit on the cliffs at the beach, or just places where I feel comfortable and, you know, talking to my best friends, or calling my cousin, or go get my nails done, or whatever it is. I'll do that, and I'll take that time and do that for myself because I deserve it. So that's that. Alright, the next topic is LM7. What do we think LM7 is going to be like? Theories. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm excited to see what our little JD, Perry, and Lee come up with in this next era for them. I feel like the music's going to be a bit more mature, darker, kind of, if you know what I mean. Like, if picking up what I'm putting down, like, it's going to be darker in a way. I don't think it's going to be necessarily like poppy. I think it's going to be a little bit darker, which I'm kind of intrigued and excited to see. That's what I'm thinking at the minute. I'm just excited. Like, anytime there's any music that gets put out from any artist that I love, I am here for. Ari, Billy, Miley, anyone, let's go. So I popped off with this eyeshadow look. Are you joking? Get into it. I mean, if I was extra, I would do a stacked liner, but I've already put the crease color here, so we're not going to do that today, but that is something I would do next time. Jade's Biscuits, hi Caitlin, said, Billy's documentary, did we sob? Yes, we absolutely did. I watched it 5 times total at the moment. I probably will watch it again this weekend, but we definitely did sob. I sobbed the most when Billy was singing I Love You and she started breaking down and fully crying. That's when it got me. But there's multiple times where I just cried because we love to cry. Cute. We are looking at the moment. Speaking of Trixie Cosmetics, we're currently wearing Trixie Cosmetics robe at the moment. But Trixie Cosmetics have a new blush palette. It's called Mod About You. I've had this since it launched. And orange blush and blue eyeshadow. Are you joking? Let's get into it. So I'm going to use a Sigma F40 brush, the little angled moment. And I'm just going to go in with Plush Bunny, which is the middle shade. Just I can't believe I used to hate blush. Like, who am I? Yes. Pencil brush, and we'll do the highlight of the nose. Boop, boop, boop. Leave a gap, and then draw a line upwards. Alright, so I'm gonna go and put on some mascara, some lashes, and do my lip, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, and that is the finished look, and also it is the end of our chit chat get ready with me. We got through a few topics today, so that's pretty good. If you're wondering what lashes these are Doll Beauty Tara lashes, or Tara lashes. And then my lip is KKW X Mario Beauty Icon Lip Pencil, Trixie Cosmetics Bauble Lipstick, and then I think I'm going to put a gloss on it for my Instagram photo, but that is the look. Now I'm just going to put it out there, this is probably one of my favourite blue eyeshadow looks I've ever done, and I think it's because of the For Real glitter here and here. It's different placement than I usually put glitter. Usually glitter's all over the lid, and then maybe I do a stacked liner of some sort, but for some reason when I did this and this, it's just, it catches the light in a nice way and I'm living for it. And because I'm lazy today, I threw in my Jade Sweet Melody ponytail. It's still crinkly from the plait. That was wrapped around here, but other than that, I'm living my best life and I'm loving this look. I'm wearing my little denim dress and I'm ready. So I'm gonna go take some Instagram photos now. So if you like this video, please give it a giant thumbs up and let me know down below what you'd like to see me do next. Do you want to see more of these type of videos, or just let me know? And if you're not following me on all my social medias, they're all around the screen right now, and please follow me on there. I'm most active on Instagram, so if you want to send me a DM or something like that, I'm always on Instagram. And don't forget to like, subscribe, all those things you're supposed to do. Turn on the post notifications if you want to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!